Hey Kevin, the video starting.
Oh. Well, we are back. It's probably been a while. What was the last thing we even recorded?
I don't even remember.
I don't know. It's a beautiful day outside today though. Weather's nice. Perfect day to install stars in the ceiling for Allen's GLI. Here's the kit. So it's an Amazon kit. Comes with a remote. You can also use an app for it. Right now we're about to go ahead and get started on taking the headliner out. So that should be a fun process. Probably do a little time lapse of that, but nothing that we should really bore you guys with. Yeah, man, it's been a while. I'm finally back in here and gonna put some stars in the ceiling. Ooh. There we go. Oh yeah, shop's got lights. I don't know if that's ever been on camera. We done got shelves in here. We've been working. I mean, we ain't been recording, but we've been working. All right. And this camera is not focusing. There we go. We've been working. So stay tuned, man. We got all the bolts for every car that we've torn apart in the past year sitting right here. And I'm super excited for this because, yeah, I loved it when the Wraiths came out and they had these lights in the ceiling. So depending on how this looks, the Mark III might get them. Definitely probably going to get them. But yeah, this should be pretty easy. Alright, battery on the camera is about to die. Sun's going down. We got all the pillars off, as you see. A pillar, B pillar, C pillar, right over there. All of them are off, so now what we got to do is double check if that dome light in the rear needs to come out. Everything up front is out, all the handles are out. So next we're gonna fire up the grill, start making some steaks, take a quick break, and then get back to it and take the headliner out the car and get ready to start poking some holes in it for this man's stars in the ceiling.
Yes sir, we're gonna be looking at the stars tonight.
Oh yes sir. We back. We ate some good food, so quick little update. Yeah, because we didn't record nothing, did we?
Nah, we didn't.
So we got the headliner out. The car is empty. There's nothing up here but sheet metal. We got it out and we measured where we're gonna place the fiber optic module. So next we're gonna start marking all the random spots that we're gonna place the fiber optic lines in, and then from that point I think we'll drill the holes. We'll do the hot glue. Make sure the measurement is good before we do the hot glue, actually, because we're gonna wind up placing it in the trunk up back here. We're gonna place the module up in the trunk because we can get a farther distance across the roof when it's in the trunk versus running it down the A pillar. So if you're gonna do this on like a Jetta, a Mark 6, Mark 7, I would recommend throwing it in the trunk, because if you use the kit that we're using, because this distance here is pretty hard to cover with these cables. They're not that long, so if you look, it's barely down the windshield to the to the rear window. So they're not that long. My arms are like 6 feet wide, so they're probably like 6.5 feet long. All right, so we're done. We stopped recording a little bit because we were getting a little frustrated with the cables. So it's in now. It's pretty late, so I'll probably finish this video now showing you guys this, and then tomorrow I can go ahead and talk more about it. But there you go. Chad, I got stars in the roof. But yeah, so we're gonna finish this up for tonight, and we'll see you guys in the morning. All right, so it is the next day now. The weather was not that nice today. Oh, cut. All right, so we're back. Man, what was I saying? But yeah, so we got a late start today. That's okay. The majority of the job is done. The lights work, and it's actually kind of good that it's later because it's dark out now, so we can actually get to show you what it looks like, what it was like installing it. That was our first time doing it. It's pretty easy, so we're gonna get to doing that a lot more often for people that obviously want to get it done. I'm gonna do it for people because we've seen some shops charging a lot of money for it, and you really don't have to charge that much money to do that. It's not that much work. He already had it in since last night. We didn't even finish till probably, I think, 1 o'clock in the morning. I mean, we got it out and started within like an hour and a half, but then after that, our OCD kicked in and we wanted to do it a lot neater than what it came out to be off bat. So let's go ahead and show you guys the finished product. All right, so we're here. 2013 Mark 6 GLI. Stars in the ceiling. Kind of bright at night once it gets darker, and this car has limo tint anyway. Pretty much during the day it looks pretty nice in here just because of how dark it is inside the car. But it's 150 fiber optic lines. There's kits that they make with what, 200, 250, 300, 350. I mean, it goes up. So this is very nice, but I think we both agreed that a 200 or a 250 might look better in here. You can control it on an app, and it does come with a remote. So go ahead and go red because all the lights in this car are red anyway. So that's probably like the cruising light right there, and red is such a soft light anyway, it doesn't bother you as much. And then it has modes where it fades to different colors. It does have a twinkle where they'll all kind of change brightness and change colors and everything. It's pretty nice. And then there's a meteor effect as well If you see on the camera, it's supposed to do, I guess, some type of motion, but I don't think we've got it to do it yet, have we? So we don't know if it just doesn't work or something. That's the meteor effect. It just changes colors like the rest of the modes. Maybe there's like a setting on here we haven't set up right, but I mean, we'll get to that. But this right here, I mean, you can see it glowing on my shirt. It's a pretty bright light. So any issues with this kit, I would say the main issue was the length of the fiber optic lines. So the ones that were all the way up front, because we ran it down that back pillar. See, we haven't even put the pillar back on all the way because we didn't know if we were going to do any changes today. But all we got to do is clip that back in and it'll be straight. Yeah, that's one thing I would look at on my next purchase, would be longer fiber optic lines, because I mean, this car isn't even that big. I'm gonna do it on this car, and this car is smaller, so this kit will probably be okay for that car. But for like customer cars, like people with Chargers, 300s, you know, Beamers that are kind of long, or trucks or something like that, you know, you got to go all the way down those pillars. The trucks are a lot taller, so I don't know. That's what the main drawback to the kit. The kit's only $50, so it's very cheap. So the biggest thing that you'd be paying for to get this type of stuff installed is just the labor, because, you know, we got to pull down pillars, drop your headliner, take it out of the car. You got to finagle that thing out the back door and all that without trying to bend it, crease it, all of that. So you got to be able to take your time. So trying to get this done in like 2 or 3 hours, yeah, you could probably do it, but you probably wind up messing some stuff up too. But the kit is pretty straightforward. I mean, it's not rocket science. Drilling some holes, poking some fiber through it. We did wind up gluing them in and taping them down at the same time, just because we didn't want any movement on the fiber lines. Most people, I think, just glue it. So most people just glue it. But we wanted to go that a little extra step, just to make sure that when we were installing it, nothing came out, and then we were sitting there with a hole with no light in it, and then we'd have to drop the whole headliner again just to pull it out. So luckily we didn't run into any of those issues. All 150 lights are in there. None of them came out, and we just used a generic glue gun that my wife had for her little home projects. It worked pretty good. We only used what, about a stick and a half of glue?
Yeah, about a stick and a half.
So it's not even that much. So maybe for, you know, a bigger kit, you might need more glue than that. But for us, a stick and a half of glue. That was a pretty nice mod to the car. Most definitely changes the everyday driving experience, especially in a car with limo tint like this one. Your lights will have a lot more of effect throughout the day. Obviously, if you ain't got no tint, come through to J&P Motorsports, we'll get you tinted.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, I mean, even without tint, it'd probably look nice during the day regardless. But at night, man, driving around in that with the lights on, it's a vibe, bro. It's a vibe. But we're about to start getting heavy back onto this YouTube and stuff. We've been gone for a little while. Work's been pretty crazy. We're gonna start getting back to it. I finally got a new computer, so that means after you guys see this video, all the Mark II content will be coming back out, because I'll be able to edit all of this stuff again. Keep rocking with us and get ready for some new content, because J&P Motorsports is back in business. Well, we've always been in business. We just ain't been recording. We lazy. Well, I appreciate y'all for watching. Catch up with us next time for all the updates, and follow. I might drop one big video, or it might be multiple ones. I don't know, but VR6 is in the Mark II. It runs and starts, everything like that. We just got to wire it up and get it finished up. But y'all stay tuned for the Mark II content. Appreciate y'all for watching. Peace.